Hello everyone, welcome to the Ozark Outpost. This is Global War 85, Operation Eagle, U.S. Pacific Command 5.6. Okay, with these guys as usual. Oh wait, we gotta do escalation. We were at 15, basic escalation is +3, which gets us up to 17. We don't go past that. That's DEFCON 2. Okay, moving them over to DEFCON 2. And now diplomacy. Why do I keep forgetting that? I put the dice on there to do it. I keep forgetting I already have a defense treaty with Indonesia. I don't know why that keeps slipping my mind. Okay, so we're going to military aid and purchase. Spending 4 to send an attack bomber to South Korea with arms sales, of course. And then they're spending 10 on a Marine and an ASF, and the remaining 1 on an ASW chopper. Combat. Yes, there is going to be some combat. Pacific Command is declaring war on Soviet Far East Command, and Pacific Command is declaring war on North Korea. We have 2 light infantry here in South Korea and a fighter that are going to attack North Korea. I believe that's enough to satisfy the force requirements. So, we declare war on North Korea. South Korea aligns with the military pact to Pacific Command. So all this stuff turns green. Once we attack them, these guys are aligning to FEC, so all that stuff turns to the light color. So that'll be a combat. This fleet here in P29, which is that bottom card right there, battleship, cruiser, destroyer, and 2 frigates, is going to come down here to P38 to attack that Soviet destroyer and frigate. Then I'm going to leave the camera here and I will go around the table so that you don't have to make the trip. These guys, South Korean Navy becomes US. These 2 destroyers move up here into P8 to attack this lone diesel boat. This diesel boat slips through here. There is a connection right there into that zone. 1, 2 into P9 and is going to join this SSN in attacking those 2 diesel boats. So there's that. And that's going to be the extent of combat for this turn. So we'll do the Navy fights first. We'll do P8 and then we'll do P9. So no first strike in P8. Everybody has first strike in P9. So we've got 2 destroyers attacking in P8. There is the hit that is required. So that diesel boat defends and misses. So I'm going to pull that diesel boat off of there. And now the U.S. Navy has ships in a zone that's going to take wartime bonus away from the Soviets unless they knock them out of there. Okay, so now for the Americans, there's an SSN, there's a diesel boat, and for the Soviets, there's 2 diesel boats. SSN diesel, 2 diesels. Everybody's got first strike. One hit by the American SSN. Everybody else missed. Because, yeah, the Soviets decided they wanted to fight. This is another zone that's worth bonus income to them, so they're fighting for it. So we take one Soviet diesel boat off, and the Americans are going to attack again. So now there's just one Soviet defender. That's the SSN, remember. Everybody missed. Okay, there is the hit. There is a hit in return by the Soviet diesel boat. So, the other Soviet diesel is sunk, as is the American diesel boat. American SSN remains in the zone. Get the camera over here to show you the results of our combat. P8 and P9. Okay, now we will have the fight in Korea. That one I'll put on the board. Okay, here it is. One self-propelled artillery that's down to a 2 because the mountain's in first strike for the Americans. SAM and a self-propelled artillery that will shoot chemical in defense for the Soviets. And there we are. This is the one that's going to cause the Americans headaches, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Okay, so self-propelled artillery at 2, miss. Okay, now we have the Soviet SAM. There are 2 fighters, so it gets 2 dice. Misses. And now you have the Soviet self-propelled with chemical. And it misses. Alright, 2 American fighters on air superiority. There is an air superiority hit. Now there are 4, oh, and now do the SAM first. The SAM gets 1 shot. Misses. Okay, now there are 4, 6 light infantry at 1. Nothing. And the next gen MBT. Another miss. Not very good. Okay, Soviet fighter on air superiority. Misses. 4 light infantry. 2 hits. And the next gen MBT for a miss. Okay, so the air superiority hit kills the Soviet fighter. PAC gets an air battle star for that. Take that off, and then the Americans have to take 2 general hits. that they will take on they're going to take the self-propelled artillery and make that easier. Self-propelled artillery and 1 light infantry. Yeah, self-propelled 1 light infantry. Okay, so now the Americans are going to retreat. The same as with before in Angola. The whole purpose of this attack was to get the military pact with Korea. So that's 2 battle stars to FEC for defense of the zone. Let me put things back. Okay. FEC goes up 2 to 25. PAC goes up 2 to 19. Okay, let's see. That's it for combat. Non-combat. Oh, no, that's not it for combat. We got to do the fight down here in P38. What was I thinking? Alright, I'm not going to move the step over. There's no subs involved. There's no first strike. So we've got 2 frigates for the Americans, a destroyer, cruiser, and a battleship. Yeah. 2 frigates, destroyer, cruiser, battleship. One hit. That's it, 1 hit. Alright, so there is a frigate and a destroyer defending for the Soviets. They got nothing. So the Soviet frigate is the casualty. And we go again. 2 frigates, destroyer, cruiser, battleship. There's a hit by the destroyer again, everything else missed. Soviet destroyer defends for a miss. That did not qualify as a task force because there wasn't any capital ship present. But they did win a battle against 2+ surface ships. So there is a Navy battle star for PAC on that one. Oh, and I forgot their subs defending alone. There were, what, 3 of those? Yeah, that's 3 more battle stars for subs defending alone. Forgot all about those. Okay, now we're done with combat. And we'll have just a hair of non-combat. Just a hair. Okay, the amphib that had been with that fleet is going to go one space with its fighter and its two Marines. Going to go one space up here and go in port at Tokyo at this joint minor shipyard. The Marines and the fighter hop ashore. And then the fleet in P25, 1, 2, 3, 4, down here to P30. And I believe that will be all of the non-combat movement. I think it will. So now we place units. So we have I gotta do a recall. We got a Marine going to West Coast. There's an amphib on this card that is staying behind and going in port at West Coast. I'll change him off camera. And then, well, you can see it, but I'll move it back a little anyway. The ASF and the ASW chopper are going to the minor air base there in Guam. Yeah, that amphib stays behind and goes in port. There we go. Okay, that's units placed. Now we need to deliver the military aid, which becomes an American unit. So the attack bomber changes colors. And is delivered to the minor air base there in South Korea. There we are. Okay, collect money. PAC is at 19. Let's check the magic book here, because I can never remember these wartime income adjustments. And they don't qualify for you. Okay. Easy enough. $19 is what it shall be. $19 and 5 battle stars. Not too bad. Ozark Outpost. Over and out.